Hello all, welcome to oratrainings.com. This is an overview session on BI Publisher. Let's get into agenda. We'll try to understand the history of BI Publisher, overview of BI Publisher, the usages of the BI Publisher, and what's the logic behind it, and the input-output flow, the tech stack of BI Publisher, the navigation, and the list of components and how do we modify them, different data sources, and the report creation approaches. And finally, we'll see a sample to create a report. Okay. Let's start with the history. So generally in the market, you will come across these three words, like one is XML publisher, other one is BI publisher, and the latest one is analytics publisher or analytics. So XML publisher was a reporting solution which was used by e-business suite. And later on, it was used by other Oracle ERP solution like PeopleSoft, JD Edwards also. But now with the Fusion ERP, the reporting solution what we use is called BI publisher. And this particular one, this BI publisher was a standalone reporting solution. It works independently of any ERP application, or you can also get integrated with the ERP solution. Generally, like with the Fusion ERP, this BI publisher is integrated, and this BI publisher also works as an independent reporting solution which can connect to different data sources. And the latest one in the market is it is renamed as Analytics Publisher, and of course with a lot number of new features. And it's like enhanced version of BI Publisher, we can call it as. So this high level history of the reporting solution from the Oracle. Now, coming to the BI Publisher, or we can call it as analytics now. So it is a reporting solution in which we can order, manage, and deliver all the reports in a very faster manner compared to the traditional tools. And what are the tools we require to design these things is like there are set of desktop tools which are available, and there are also tools which are available, browser based tools. The desktop tools whatever we are available, we can just design using the what you call the Microsoft document or MS Excel or PDF. There are different types of like using different types of desktop tools which are available to design the templates. And we can schedule the report, and we can see the what do you call the report online. Okay. Now, what are the usages of this report and why do we use it? So, like when we use any of the ERP solutions, or maybe in the real time IT purpose, we come across many requirements. It can be a simple pay slip, or it can be a leave report, or it can be a government forms, or interactive reports, or financial statements, check printing, the label printing of shipping, or the purchase order or like a payable invoice, or receivable invoice, or a purchase order, a sales order, a receipts. A lot, like we'll come across a lot number of reporting requirements, and that's a place where we generally use this particular BI publisher reporting solutions. And what is the logic behind it? Like for a developer, and even not for developer, any novice also can design this BI publisher in very easier manner. So in this one, there are main three components are there on a high level. One is the data logic, what data we want to fetch it. Another one is the layout. How does you want the output look like how many headers you want, how many fields you want, what is header, what is a footer, what is a logo. These all things you design using layout. And if at all, if you require any translation logic, we just apply the translation logic. So on high level, there are three inputs. One is data logic, the layout, and the translation. And these three things are processed by the core engine of the BI publisher, and then we get the final output. And the output also, it supports lot number of formats. Some examples like PDF, HTML, Excel, CSV, and a lot more. We can show the remaining information next slide also. So next slide, you can observe. This is a high level input output flow of a BI publisher engine. So here, if you observe the left side, we have we have the XML data which can be prepared from different data sources. Nothing but, as I said you, this particular BI publisher reporting solution is an independent solution, and also it can work with any of the. Generally, it comes by default with Fusion ERP as well as e-business suite, and also it works as an independent reporting solution. And the data source can be from different data sources. It can be web service, OLAP, e-business suite, or maybe like a SQL Server, or like the BI engines or data warehousing solutions, and many other things. And that's the place where you get the XML. And we have different layout template types. Like how do you want the output should look like, right? That you design using the different template types. We have interactive template, and we have MS Word like a rich RTF template, Excel template, PDF template, Adobe Flash template, as well as Excel template also. And then the output here, if you observe, and of course, sorry, you can see the layout design tools. We have MS Word, Excel, Adobe Flex, XSL, as well as the normal layout editor, which is a browser-based tool from the Oracle BIP. And the outputs, it can be interactive, where user can, search the data. It's a interactive report and a PDF output, HTML output, Excel, PPT, Flash, RTF, CSV, and many other things. And you can also export this, but nothing but you can bust this particular output data into a different source. It can be email, printer, a fax, a repository, or SFTP, or even you can, like send to the e-commerce, so like e-commerce applications also. Okay. So this is a high level input output flow. Now, this is a very core technical stack of the BI Publisher engine. So as a developer, we may not have the total understanding of this particular BI Publisher tech stack because we don't have this particular maintenance of this, right? So this is generally maintained by the what do you call the DBAs or the administration department. So for a developer, you may not have the total interaction of this particular layers. So on the high level, so these are the set of technical components of the BI Publisher. The high level one is a report server, then the layout engine, then the data engine, and we can also schedule. And for the scheduler, we have different mechanisms, and the application server, nothing but a WebLogic server, and the different data sources. Okay. Now, coming to the navigation. So once you navigate to the BI Publisher, you may come across this particular screen, and it may be a little bit different based on the version, as we are working with a BIP with a Fusion application. So this particular look and feel can be a little bit different from the independent analytical solution. Okay. So here we could see that, this we call it as global header, and where we could see the home, catalog, and all these buttons. And you can see the create button here. Once you click on create button, it shows a lot number of options, like wherein we have a different set of database object types. You can click on create. And this we call it as global header, I said. And this home, and once you click on catalog, it shows a list of folders or files which are available. Catalog is nothing but once you click on catalog, it shows what are the things which are available in your reporting environment. And of course, you can click on any of your reporting component and you click on favorites. You can see the favorites, and you can click on open. You can open the remaining components. And this is your user login credentials. It shows some administration capabilities for the user. Okay. Once you click on catalog, it shows a different set of navigation here, wherein again you have a create option from here also. You can just click on this particular icon. You can see the different set of components which you can create it. You have a search functionality, and this is a list of components which will be shown like this. Okay. And you can of course change the navigation option, like how you want the components to look like. Okay, list view, detail view, etc. are there. And these are the high level technical components which you generally create in the report. Of course, there are a lot number of other things, but on high level, these are the things which you generally create using the BI Publisher. One is the data model, nothing but like a data source. Next one is a report component to which you attach a template. The style template, which we use it for the purpose of, mentioning the font details or header footer details, logo details in style template that can be reused by other particular reports. A serve template wherein you want to add up some extra complicated logic there, so that can be reused by other particular reports. And the folder where do you want to organize your components. And here, using the Fusion BIP, and I think like using the navigating to the BIP reporting solution using Fusion ERP, there are two ways we can navigate to the BI Publisher using the XMLP server, and other one is analytics. And when you download the components, right? So the file extension will be a little bit different when you download using XMLP server, and the one which you download with using the analytics. Okay. So we'll try to explain what is this XMLP server as well as analytics once we navigate to the instance lively. Okay. And how do we modify an object? Generally, when we design a component as a developer, so always there's a chance you may need to modify it, or you can rename it, delete it, or download it or upload it, right? So this are all options we have it. Once you click on a component, you can see an option like you can also cut paste, copy paste, rename, the different permissions, archive, unarchive. Archive is nothing but downloading a component. Unarchive is nothing but uploading a component. Okay. And data sources, like when you create a report, you may have a different data sources. It can be number of things. It all depends upon how your particular technical architecture is used. So we have SQL query on high level, SQL query, LDAP, analysis, HTTP, web service, or a data file, or a content server. A lot number of things are there. Okay, these are list of data sources which are supported by Oracle BIP solution. Next, how do we create a report, right? So when you're trying to create a report, so report always is tightly integrated with the data model. Nothing but a report on its own does not have any functionality until unless it is attached to a data model. So we have to select a data model, and then creation of a report can be based on three approaches. It can be a data model. I mean to say, like, a report always requires a data that can be based on a data model, or that can be based on a spreadsheet, or it can be based on a subject area. So there are three types of different data sources available. And then creation of report process, it can be a guide me approach, or you can be a report editor approach. Okay, when you click on guide me, it shows the interactive way of creating a report wherein you can see the of like a template creation online. When you click on use report editor, we have to create a template manually. Okay, and on high level, what are the three steps you require? One is creation of a data model. Other one is creating a report. Next one is a viewing the output. Okay. So now let us navigate to the Fusion instance and try to create a sample report now. Okay. So I'll just navigate to the reporting solution. So this is my Fusion ERP. And there are a number of ways, like, or a couple of ways I have an option to navigate to the reporting. So I can click on navigator here and click on tools, click on reports and analytics. If you have an independent reporting solution, this navigation can be a little bit different. Okay. You can just click on browse catalog. And here you can see that the URL is concatenated with the Fusion ERP/analytics. The remaining you can ignore. So it's a Fusion ERP URL/analytics. And I have one more option. So what I can do is I'll just copy my Fusion ERP URL. And here I'll just paste and type XMLP server. XMLP server. So what is the difference here is, like, generally XMLP server is a place where you have a, it's, I can say it's an earlier version of the analytics, wherein you have an option to create a RTF template. But when you use a analytics, you can create the dashboards, you can create analysis and other components. But as of now, our concentration is only on these particular BIP reports, BI publisher reports, I can say. So we can create BI publisher reports via analytics navigation or via XMLP server navigation. Uh, the option could be a little bit different. So here, if you observe, when I click on new, it is not showing any of my OTBI components. It does not show any OTBI components when you navigate using XMLP server. But when you navigate using a analytics solution, it shows analytical components as well as reporting components, the BIP components also. Okay. So just keep in this understanding now. Other thing is, yeah, let us see the navigation. So I can either click on catalog, click on catalog. It shows the list of components which are available here. The left side, it shows all the folders. And the top level, search functionality, where is a global menu, and you can search anything. I mean, you can search the components, and you can mention the path where do you want to search it. If it's a total across or a particular folder like that, you can mention. And when you click on new, it shows the list of components which is capable enough based on your login credentials. It allows you to create the set of components, and you can click on open. It shows, like, I can mention which particular component you want to open, and then you can click on user, and it shows like administration stuff, or you can sign out, or you can see your user details. Now, first thing what we want to do is we want to create a folder. So there are a number of ways you can create a folder. You can just click on this particular plus symbol here, new folder, or you can also click on here, new, and here it does not show the folder option. So there are little bit options may be different. And when you navigate using analytics also, it may have different options here. So the icon is different in using analytics, and the icon which you see using XML server is different. Okay. So rather than having a confusion on this one, you can stick to either of them, and you can find most of the options a similar one. So I'll go with XMLP server, and here I'll click on new folder, and I'll just mention a folder name. In the my folders, I'm creating it, and I'll click on the folder name. So now I'm inside the folder. And the first step is we want to create a report based on the heads at parties table. Okay, so when you want to create a report, so we require a data source, right? So I'll just click on new data model. You can click either here or there also. Click on new data model, and I'll click on save. Party data model, or party DM, I can say. Okay, so now click on SQL query. So here you have to mention the data set name. I go with G underscore party underscore Q. And data source, I'll select it as or applications DB underscore FSCM. Query, you just mentioned the appropriate one. I'll go with headset parties and where row number less than 100 because it may flood with lot number of records. So I better hard coded the number of records. Click on save, click on data, click on view, table view. And you can observe here that it shows lot number of columns. Okay. So it is very difficult to when you're trying to create a report, better don't mention select star. Always mention the set of columns which you require in the output. So I'll just prefer only these columns to be provided in the output. So I'll click on diagram, click on edit, and I'll just mention only the columns which I want in the output. For now, I'll just go with these set of columns. So I'll just mention party ID, party number, name, type, okay, and the party unique name. This should be fine for us now. So I'll click on save, data, click on data, click on view. It shows the XML format. You can just click on table view. It shows the data in a tabular format. And you can also see the structure of your XML. Click on structure. It shows what is the hierarchy of your structure. So the query name is G underscore party underscore query, but the XML tag for your particular XML data is G underscore one. And then you have a respective XML elements. When you click on data, click on view, and you can also export the data file. Click on export. It downloads the XML file. So this is how the data looks like. So the top level group name for each record, it generates a group, and the record name is G underscore one. So when you're designing the template manually, you have to understand what is your group name. Based on that, you have to, you have to create a report. So if you're told if you want to change the group name, that also you can do it. So just click on the group name here, click on properties, and you can just mention G underscore party like this. So depending upon your requirement, you have to change it, or if you don't want, you can just ignore that. Click on data again, click on view. Okay. So click on, as of now, click on save as sample data. Now we have created data model and we have clicked on save as sample data. Now we have to create a report. So report creation, again, lot number of options we have. We can click on new report here, or you can simply click on create report within the data model itself. So when you click on create report within the data model itself, the data model will be selected automatically. It does not need to manually select it. So here, if you observe, the data model got selected automatically. And now it is asking, how do you want to create the report? Whether you want to go with the guide me option or report editor. Let us go with the guide me option now. Click on next. So in the guide me option, it shows the browser-based layout selection for us, and wherein we have to drag and drop visually, and then yeah, so it is asking what kind of layout you want to go with. So I'll go with portrait and layout as table. I'll go with the default options here as of now. I don't want any chart to be displayed, so that it'll simply directly go to the table approach. Now it shows the list of columns here. It takes a little bit time. Okay, so we don't want any grand total to be displayed. Just ignore that. Party ID, party number, party name, type. Okay, it's okay as of now. Click on next. So you can just, as of now, click on finish. So now we have to save the report. Party report. And click on save. Okay, it is asking a folder. Where do you want to save it? Click on my folder. I'll go with Mora trainings. So when you're creating a component, make sure that you understand where you're saving it. So that's very important. Okay, the report got saved. So we got the output. So as of now, we are getting the output in a PDF because maybe the default setting was PDF. You can just click on this gear icon and click on edit report. And in the edit report, it shows a lot number of options for us. What kind of output you want to have it. and you can just click on view as a list now. And the default format is PDF, so you can just go with interactive or HTML. Let's say I'll go with HTML, and it shows the different set of output formats it supports. You can select which output format you want to have it. Click on save. Again, click on view. View thumbnails and click on properties, and it shows the templates. So this template got created automatically, and the file extension is .xpt. If the report got created automatically using the interactive editor, its extension is xpt. Okay. I'll just simply click on view report, and yeah, this is HTML output. And if you want to get the output in different format, you can just click on the appropriate one and you get the output. So this is how we can just view the report. Now I'll just click on catalog. We got the output and we just saw it, right? Now what I'll do is I'll just, let us say I want to get my source code. What I can do, there are a number of ways you can do it. First thing is, let us say here if you observe, I don't have any archive, unarchive. I just have upload, download. So when you're going with analytics, so I'm in the XMLP server navigation, right? So that's why you just see a little bit different names here. I'll simply click on download, and you may have a .xd something, .xdrz logic, and you can also download this one, and you'll see xduo mz kind of thing. Okay, so this is how we can download it, and you can just do a copy paste edit also. Okay, so this is how we can move a source code from one instance to another instance. And one more thing I want to show you, just click on, like, now let us say if you want to open the existing report, right, or modify it. So if you want to click modify data model, you have to click on edit and you can modify it. If at all, if you want to modify the report, you have to click on edit. You can, if you want to run the report, simply click on open, and it just simply goes to the place where you can run the report. Now the report is getting executed and we got the output. And if you want to save the output, or you want to save the file, if you want to save the output in a file, just click on export and select the appropriate format in which you want to save it, and the file will get downloaded with that particular appropriate file extension. Okay, so this is a high level overview of the Fusion BI Publisher, I can say, or the analytics of Oracle reporting solution. Okay, thank you.